Instagram or Facebook, and then you're sharing with your loved ones. So the world has really revolutionized, and the wedding industry is so behind. The wedding industry is really not very.
Welcome to the Business Narrative. It's me, Wajiha Nateem. Today we have an incredibly dynamic and inspiring guest, Dominika Bull. She is the CEO of not just one but two companies, a bunny destination, a leading wedding and travel agency, and marriage market, the international wedding platform. So, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm also doing good. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your valuable time. So, could you please provide us with some information about yourself, including like your early life and education?
Sure, of course. Yes, as you know, my name is Dominika. I'm coming from Poland, and my whole career it's been about people. It's been about like hospitality, taking care of people, and making a special moments. So I started actually my career in London after my school, and I decided to start with a hotel. It was one of the biggest hotel in London, the third biggest actually. It was more than 1,000 rooms, and I was going through a few different positions over there. I've been always promoted, and I was feeling great in what I'm doing. So yeah, I thought 3 years in London is enough, and I was looking for a new opportunity, new challenge, and I arrived to Malta. I was in Malta for another 3 years as well, getting my experiences in different hotels. It was beautiful. Malta is an amazing place, one of the most beautiful places in Europe. And then I had opportunity. I've been actually recommended to go to Maldives, and who will not go? Who will not take that amazing offer? So yes, so I went to Maldives. I was working in one of the luxurious properties, bio luxury actually, and I found actually my purpose in life because I was also in charge of the weddings. So that's where my career started with the weddings. Why all this idea came to my mind. So I was in charge of the weddings and I really loved it. I found myself very satisfied and very creative. So yeah, when I came back to my country, as I was homesick too long abroad, I actually was thinking of opening the company related to wedding more to Maldives. But going forward with that, actually the company was already open. The COVID came and no flights were taking off, and nothing was happening. The weddings were like frozen, postponed, canceled, everything. So I thought this is not the right time for me to do that yet. Therefore, I went to airlines for a little bit and back to hospitality, to the hotels. I went again to Croatia, Spain, and now I'm in Qatar. However, before Qatar, I again came back to Maldives, working for the best hotel there is. Actually, one of the most beautiful hotels in the world. That was World Astoria Itafushi. And I was an island manager for the private island. So I was looking after celebrities and royal families and presidents and billionaires, Hollywood stars, anything you can imagine. I was in charge of them to make sure that they are happy and satisfied in our island. So after that, I thought, okay, great, that's all amazing. but what about my weddings, right? I have been doing actually events for all of the high profiles, weddings, events, anniversaries, and etc. However, I was thinking, why don't I just do something for myself? I have enough experience already. I know how to deal with the people, and I'm really liking that. So on that point, I was thinking, yeah, let's do something else. In the meantime, my personal life has been changed as we decided with my boyfriend that we're going to get married. So we started our planning of our own wedding. I was in Maldives, he was in the UK, and we decided that we will have the wedding in Greece to make it easier. So after that, we actually started to plan, but we made our date quite soon because after 5 months, we decided that we're actually going to have our wedding, and it was pretty much challenging due to the distance and to lack of correspondence with people. Like in Greece, they're not very. It's difficult to approach them, not really approachable. Even we were messaging, calling, mailing. Nothing works, and we couldn't find our perfect planners, perfect videographers, photographers, fireworks, and etc. Therefore, my fiance, he needed to fly to Greece, and he stayed there for 5 days or 6 days, if I'm not wrong. And he could not even find. I mean, he was really like knocking out the door, trying to get some recommendations, trying to get some kind of hear what people say, hear what the locals say, to see who is the best. We managed. We managed. We had the most beautiful wedding there is. Our guests were really happy. Were really satisfied with what we created for them. And we were really pleased with all our suppliers. However, the way of finding them was really difficult. And even I was already event and wedding planner, it was still challenging even for me. So I cannot imagine how is that for the regular couples. Yeah. So that's
I think I think planning wedding in Greece while you are in another country would be so daunting. Like so, like tell us more about your company and its regional presence.
sure. So yes. First company, which I am actually the owner and CEO, is the Bunny Destinations. And Bunny Destinations is the wedding and travel agency. So what is the goal? Is that the couples who do not have time for searching, they come to me and they say, hey, Dominika, I want to have a wedding in Bali. Please organize for me. And then I say, sure, let's do that. Or they come and say, oh, listen, I would like to do a wedding in Croatia. And then I'm starting with my research. This is very tailor made. Like every person who is actually doing something else in the life that they don't have time for researchers, they just give me the guidance, and I am basically tailor making every single supplier. So I am researching as far as the wedding couple is satisfied. So it's a bit of process. So this is one of the things which I'm doing and I'm really loving. However, we thought with my husband after our wedding, why the wedding planning must be so difficult, why people need to fly to the other country, or they can just dream of having the wedding abroad before like even executing, because people just do not are they are not so strong sometimes, or they just think it's too difficult and they don't want to bother. And why is that? Let's make them happy, let's make this dream come true. I'm sure the brides are more dreaming of the special wedding on the beach, or special wedding in the forest, or in the top rooftop bar, one of the beautiful places, or on the yacht, or on Maldivian beach, or anything. So this is when we were discussing with Dominic, my fiance that time, and husband, right? So we discussed about this, and we thought, let's change this. Let's make this easy. So we came up with one-stop shop for weddings. This is basically, imagine that you're going to the shopping mall, right? You see all these beautiful shops, and then imagine that those shops are suppliers. So you see photographers, bakeries, dresses, menswear, and you go to the shop and you can basically put your suppliers to your basket and then research them, and on the end think what is actually fitting your requirements. And so you're creating your basket, and then you're going to the cash machine and basically getting what you choose. So this is basically marriage market. This is what you do. On the end, you have, like, let's say I like on eBay, right? Or Amazon, you have your wedding, you have your basket with all your items. It's the same thing. You see exactly what is your budget, because you set your budget first. You're looking for the perfect vendors and suppliers, and then you are able to contact them directly. So you have a messaging system inside of the platform, and then you basically send a message, even they are from Australia and the wedding is in Bali or in the United States, they will be able easily to contact. You don't need to do a very costly phone calls. You can just message them, and then they are getting actually notification on their email. So they are straight away notified that someone is trying to reach them. So that's basically the idea of our platform. The platform is already quite successful. We have our platform already launched in Seychelles, Malta, Poland. We're working on Sri Lanka, on as well Maldives, and then more and more. We will have our grand opening soon in Doha, in Qatar. So yes, it's very exciting time for us. We have a really lovely and great, very professional suppliers, like big companies like Waldorf Astorias and Alexars, Kempinski, Corinthia, and etc. However, we also have a small businesses which they need a little bit of like promotion, because they do a beautiful job. However, at the same time, they don't have so much exposure. And this is where we come into the game. The people, the wedding couple, will be able to actually research not only the huge properties, which are obvious, and then they can take care of the wedding, but they will be also able to pick the smaller one, the small freelancer photographer, which is there, or the smaller bakery, which they're doing fantastic cakes. So everyone, all the suppliers can sign up to our platform and then be visible to people, to wedding couple. So that's about it, more or less.
Like, it's often said that if you want to like succeed in your entrepreneurship journey, you have to be a great leader. So from your perspective, what's the quality of a great leader, and specifically in your industry?
Yeah, definitely understanding and patience. So yeah, 100%. Being very calm sometimes when you feel like you don't want to be calm, that you have fire in you and you think, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I planned. I wanted, like, I don't know, this bouquet of flowers for the bride. It should be in white color, but it came the citrusy, lemony color, which definitely don't. in the description, or like if someone else has any problem, and then you feel like you really want to scream, and then you just smile and say, no worries, we will fix this. This is not a tragedy, it's not a big deal, we can still deal with that, we will find a solution. And that's the most important, empathy and calmness and kindness. So I think this is the most important in my industry.
So, can you share us a moment that when you have to change at the last hour?
Yeah, so exactly about the bouquet, which I was just mentioning. It was the story that we were dreaming of, a beautiful white rose bouquet, which coming with the dress, and then suddenly we saw that this is actually a lemon color, and it will be completely not going with the dress. So we changed for pink. So that was one of the situation which was tough, or also that we had a bride who basically dirtied her dress just before the wedding, and she was crying, and she was really devastated. And of course, calmly we managed to find a solution, to find some kind of napkin to clean. And it was really, for us, it seems like this is not very serious, but for the bride who is actually there and waiting for her best moment, and this that will show on the video, on the camera, on in the chair, the guests will see, is the end of the world. So yeah, it's many of this kind of occasions, or situations that you really need to think it through. I just finished one of the weddings in Croatia right now, and we also had few challenges over there because of the weather. The weather, it's supposed to be beautiful and sunny and just amazing, 25 degrees, so perfect weather for the wedding. And what happened? It was raining, and all the wedding, it was outside. It was not inside wedding. It's outdoor venue. So the ceremony was outside, and the dinner was outside, and all the party was outside. And when we came into the ceremony, suddenly the rain started to drop. And we really, I was like, all right, don't worry, guys, it's going to be fine. It's going to go past, and it will. But the decoration, it was paper decoration, some of it, and like the menus and like a name tags, and the flowers, beautiful huge flowers, they were from paper. So it was a bit of panic, because if they get wet, then you can imagine that nothing can be done. But we managed to save the situation, and the wedding was just amazing. The couple was really extremely happy, the guests were really well. And yeah, and after the ceremony, it was no rain, so we all came to the party, to lunch and dinner, and then dancing and all this. So all perfect. However, these few minutes, especially to calming down the bride and groom, seeing the weather, that was very challenging. And even we didn't know um, how we can calm them down. We still managed, and they were super happy. So that was really, really a good thing, to be calm and positive always.
Let's talk about digital revolution and tech driven changes. So, how has your organization responded to this?
Yes, this is actually a great question, because as we see that all the world has changed right now, right? We're not sending mails anymore. We're sending emails. We don't do anymore calls to your family abroad. We do a video calls. We don't send the pictures by post or the postcards to your parents when you go for holiday. You just put the pictures on Instagram or Facebook, and then you're sharing with your loved ones. So the world has really revolutionized, and The wedding industry is so behind. The wedding industry is really not very open yet. So thinking of the platform which we created, we thought this is it. This is the problem. The problem is that people cannot go just online and buy and research the favorite photographer or videographer. If they're thinking of a wedding abroad, it's usually some resort that they can provide everyone, right? And then they can go. However, what if they can actually have a choice of selecting the preferred wedding bakery or like the flower shop instead of the one who is actually telling them that they have to choose because there is no option. We want to give people options. We want to give simplicity that they can actually go and select what they like. And this is possible. So all these dreams of going abroad and having a wedding in Seychelles, it actually can actually happen because it's only one step away, really. You buy your tickets, you can find the hotels where you can stay in the platform. You find the venue separately if you want. You can also do it together, but also you have a choice. You can find your perfect guitar player or saxophonist, and then you can have only a dream wedding which you always wanted. So this is where we come to the place, because this is not there yet. So we wanted to really make it happen, and I think we found a big problem in that, especially doing our wedding and even being a wedding planner. And I'm trying to find the right suppliers for the destination which I'm going, Bali or Sri Lanka or Mauritius. It's very challenging to find them, and like this, it's very easy to communicate with everyone.
I'm very curious to know that how you select your suppliers for your platform.
So our suppliers are actually selected. First, we going with our favorite ones, right? Everyone has a favorite ones. We found that we mostly focus on small businesses. However, also big businesses are always good to have, right? Because they are bringing the luxury to the platform, and we are cooperating with really beautiful, great 5 stars luxurious brands, which we also cooperating very closely. So selecting first the destination, we are usually opening the destination for the suppliers. We had the suppliers launch event in Seychelles, which was huge success. We were in the morning show in Seychelles as well. Then we invited those suppliers who we thought would be really fitting to our platform, invited them for our event, which because we are feeling like we want to be always more personal. So inviting them and seeing them face to face, it changed everything. So we also had 2 TVs on our launching event, and we were in the news and in the morning show, as I was mentioning. So it was a huge success. Seychelles people are amazing, and such a wonderful people, really. And we are also pleased that we were able to actually meet them, and we are in great contact. Sometimes we even texting to each other. So it's lovely. So this is how we're going to do with every destination. Now we are planning to do the event grand opening in Doha. So we are going to do the same thing. We will be selecting our suppliers from like huge, nice, maybe well-known properties or brands. And then also we will be reaching out to the smaller suppliers, because they also should be able to get there on that platform as first, I would say.
Like for those who wants to start their entrepreneurship journey in your field, so what advice would you give to them?
If you believe, if you believe in yourself, if you know that it can work, if your intuition, your gut is telling you you can do it, just do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid. Don't think that what if. Just forget it and go for this what you really want. You have to be prepared for changing your personality, because when you're starting, you're not the person when you're going to finish, because the work, the sweat, the troubles, and overcoming mornings and staying late nights, and your passion to the project. If you have the passion, go forward with that, because this is amazing. And for me personally, I love the journey. The journey for me is the best. I see how much I improved, how much I have changed, and I'm loving every moment of that. Even the challenge comes, this is not a challenge, this is a lesson. Every time you find it as a lesson, because if you will be feeling overwhelmed and you want to step back, that means the job is not for you.
Thank you so much, dear. It's really nice talking to you. And by the way, how can people connect you and find you?
So right now, our platform name is marriage.market. So if you go to marriage.market, you will find us. At the moment, we are not researchable in Google, so please kindly go directly to the website. We are still in the process of opening our platform. As I was mentioning, that the grand opening will be in November. So from that moment, you can find us in Google. As of now, directly with on the platform. However, also you can just find us on Instagram, on Facebook. We're also there waiting for you, and we will be very pleased to see new businesses which you would like to join us, basically.
Wish you best of luck for your grand opening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.